You know, has it ever happened to you, you walk into the room to get something, and then you forget what you went into the room for to begin with? You know, sometimes I wonder if I have problems with my short-term memory. But you know, it's still funny because even if that happens, I still remember what I did on my 5th birthday. And I was thinking about the long-term, short-term memory process, and I realized that I could demonstrate that using coins. And I've got a purse. And I've got some coins in there. 3 coins. They start in the right hand, but I'm going to place them into my left. Now, if I wait a second, one of those coins remembers that it started in the right hand. Kind of strange. Let me do that again. I'm going to place the 2 coins into my right hand, and I put them in my left, and I pick this one up. One of them remembers that it started out in the right hand, and if I wait a second, there it goes. It arrives back. This is kind of fun. Let me do that again, and let me take the coin, place it into my hand just like that. And if I take it back, it may remember, just like before, there it goes, that it started off in the right hand. Now, that's kind of interesting. That's short-term memory. But I could actually use the same thing to demonstrate long-term memory. So I can take all the coins and hold them right over here. And if I wait a minute, those coins remember that they weren't in the left hand. They weren't in the right hand either. No, they actually started off way back in that purse at the beginning of the routine. I have in my purse, that's right here, the world-famous acrobatic team, the Spicciolini brothers. Hey, got them right here. Let me introduce them to you now. We have Franco, Mario, and Guido, the 3 brothers who today are going to perform for you. Let me start with Franco. Franco, you ready? He's ready. On the count of 3. Franco, up to the shoulders, across the shoulders, and down, arriving at the other end of the stage. How about that? In Italy, they have a word for that. They say, that's a 1. So now we're going to do the next brother, Mario. Mario, you ready? Mario's ready. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Mario, up to the shoulders, across the shoulders, and down, arriving at the other end of the stage. How about that? In Italy, they have a word for that. They say, that's a 2. Leaving the youngest brother, Guido, to do the same thing. We're going to try that again. Guido, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Guido, up to the shoulders, across. Wait, Guido, that's the wrong way. Guido. Man, I thought you guys practiced this thing. Yuck. All right, we're going to try that again, Guido. Let's try and get it right this time. 1, 2, 3. Guido, up to the shoulders, across the shoulders, and down, arriving at the other end of the stage. There we go. Thank you very much. Hey, you guys want to see a coin fly? Watch this. Ta-da! All right, so it's a lame joke, I know. But I really can make these coins fly, just that I have to make them fly by magic. So let me take one of the coins and throw it up in the air invisibly and catch it right over there. And that first coin goes across. Now, you saw the coin over here, and it ended up over here, but you couldn't see it travel. That's because it went by magic. But if you listen very carefully, even if you can't see it go, you can hear it arrive. As I take the second coin and invisibly make it go up in the air and catch it over here. And that second coin goes right across. Now, I know what you're saying. You're saying, you know, I still couldn't see it travel. And the problem with that is that if I try and do it any slower, you're going to see it, but it's not going to look very magical. Not very magical at all. So I'm going to try and do it again magically, but I'm going to do it magically with a little bit of style and pizzazz. As I go ahead and I'm going to make this coin invisibly go up in the air, and I'm going to catch it behind my back like this. I think we got it. 1, 2, 3 coins. I'm going to show you something now that I call the impossible 4-coin trick. Do you know why I call it the impossible 4-coin trick, Jeff?
No.
Well, for one thing, it uses 4 different coins. But I'm going to do this trick for you 4 times, Jeff. The first time, you may be surprised. The second time, you're going to be bewildered. The third time I do this trick, you're going to be amazed. But the 4th time I do this trick, you're going to say that it's impossible. Now, would you be surprised to know that when I wiggle my hand, one of those coins actually disappears? Well, it really doesn't disappear. It just travels over to here. That's the first coin. It's the first coin. But if I close my hand and I wiggle both hands, think you heard it come? The second coin has gone across. That's bewildering. But what's really even more than that, what's amazing is if I wiggle both hands again, the third coin goes across. So far, Jeff, you've been bewildered, surprised, and amazed. But what would be impossible is to make this coin go over. That would be the impossible thing. So I'm going to need your help for this. So what I want you to do is open your hand. I'm going to give you these 3 coins to hold. I want you to close your hand over the coins. Turn the palm down. Because I said I'm going to do something impossible with this last coin. What I'm going to do is make this coin go over to your hand, just like this. Open your hand. I'm out onto the hand and count what you got there.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And there we go. The impossible 4-coin trick.
Available at mymagic.com.